Hi, I'm Ralph Kercheval with Bud Smail Ford. I want to introduce you to the new 2017 Ford Fusion. Hop in, we'll do a ride along, go over some of the controls and new features for you. A couple of the big differences for the 17, if you'll notice here on the gear selector, there's no more shifter. Unlike the Lincolns that have the push button, Ford has used the little knob which you can shift gears from reverse, neutral, drive, and you've also got a sport mode. You also have electronic parking brake now that there's no more levers, no more foot pedals, everything's done electronically. Now this particular vehicle, if you notice, it got real quiet all of a sudden. This has the automatic stop-start. Since we have our foot on the brake and we're sitting stationary, the engine itself is shut off. As soon as I put my foot on the throttle, the engine starts again and we're off and ready to go. It's a huge gas savings. We're going to take a little bit of a highway drive just to show you the power and the quietness and ride of the Fusion. Now as we go along here, right now I've got the touch screen pretty much set off with no radio or anything. But if you go to the audio, you can either do it by touchscreen or you can do all of your changes by voice command. If we had a phone set up, you can pair up to 7 phones with the system and all of your calls then are hands-free. Push the voice command button, say phone, call Joe, cell. It'll make the call for you. You can also change radio stations. For example, Sirius, channel 58.
Tuning to channel 58.
You can also change it to different bands if you want to go FM or AM, or if you have a CD, you can also play music off of your phone, iPod, MP3 player through the USB port. With the USB, the nice thing is it charges your device while you're listening to phone or music, whatever. One of the things you'll find with the new Fusion also, very peppy, but very quiet. We're riding along at about 45, 50 miles an hour, and you can carry on a regular conversation. Now, if you notice, even with the truck going by, there's not a lot of road noise coming in. Again, part of the quietness of the car, the extra sound insulation, the better quality of the materials inside. One of the nice things too is everything is soft touch. There's no real hard plastic anywhere. We're going to do a little bit of more windy, twisty roads here. The Fusion has what's called EPAS, which is electronic power assisted steering. At low speed, there's all power assist that you need. Once you get moving and you're doing 45, 50 miles an hour, there's virtually no power assist. The thing that's nice with that EPAS system is it doesn't draw any power from the engine, hence better fuel economy, but it's also much more reactive. You turn the wheel, the vehicle turns. You don't have to wait for everything to catch up like the old hydraulic pump systems. You'll notice on the climate control, you have dual controls. Passenger and driver can set separate temperatures, and you've also got rear seat vents, so that if I've got right now at 72 overall, both the rear seat passengers are getting 72-degree air conditioning also. You've got heated rear window, heated mirrors, so when you put on your defroster in the winter mornings, if it's parked outside, your mirrors will clear the same as your rear window. Automatic headlights come standard equipment. You do have the capability of automatic wipers, and this vehicle in this configuration has a sport mode on the transmission that as I'm riding down the road, I can push the sport mode, which is the little button right in the center. And now I can do my shifts with the paddles right behind the steering wheel. Left side is downshifts, right side is upshifts. If you ever want to turn it off, push the button again, you're right back into regular automatic mode. Where that really comes in handy is if you're coming down off of Laurel Ridge or, for example, 3 Mile Hill in Mount Pleasant, rather than hitting the brakes the whole way down, you can shift it into 4th gear and let it engine brake you. So you have a lot more control. Now, one of the things that always amazes me with the Fusion is how driver friendly it is. Very, very maneuverable. If you're trying to get in and out of a tight parking spot, somebody pulls in behind you at the mall, if you'll notice how tight the turning circle is on this, you can just about turn around on the rear wheel. So again, mall parking lot, shopping center, somebody pulls up in behind you, very, very easy to maneuver around. We'll get back out on the road here, and we're going to take a little bit of a bumpier road so you can get an idea of the ride and handling. One of the nice things with the new system with Sync 3 in the Fords, everything is touchscreen, and you can just swipe just like your smartphone. You do have the capability of going to Apple CarPlay, or you can do Android if your phone is an Android, and set up everything that's on your phone can pretty much come into your screen. Again, just a simple swipe. All of the Fusions have what's called 911 Assist. 911 Assist, once we pair up your phone, if you're ever in an accident where the airbags deploy, it'll ask you if you want to call 911. If you don't respond, it calls for you and uses your phone's GPS to pinpoint your location for first responders. Unlike some of the other systems that are out there, this is free for as long as you own the car. There is never a charge for the 911 Assist. It does have the capability of pulling in Wi-Fi. So if you're in front of Starbucks or McDonald's and you need to boost your Wi-Fi, you can do it with this system. Again, as I mentioned before, you can pair up to 7 phones in the system, so if you have multiple drivers, nobody has to be left out. You also have the capability of doing mobile apps. So again, things on your phone that you find useful day in, day out, you can plug in. And again, everything is done right off of touchscreen. Depending on the car, yeah, some of them now have the LED headlights. You have daytime running lights come standard equipment now. Also, you have the automatic headlights that when the wipers come on, the headlights will come on, which is getting to be mandatory in just about every state now. Now, naturally on the Fusions now, tilt and telescope on the steering, along with power seat, power mirrors, naturally power windows, and depending on which package, you can also have memory seats so that if there's multiple drivers, each driver can have their own settings. One of the things that I really enjoy with the E-Pass steering system, if you'll notice on windy, twisty roads, you don't have to have a death grip on the wheel. Just a simple maneuver of the steering wheel and the car will turn. Also very, very controllable. Not a lot of understeer or oversteer. Real nice feature on this vehicle also is you have the automatic garage door opener, so we can program in up to 3 different settings. So if you have multiple garages or you're in a gated community, you can have all of your settings at one spot. With this 4-cylinder engine with the auto stop start and the EcoBoost, your EPA ratings are mid-30s on the highway, mid-20s around town, and that's on regular unleaded. A lot of vehicles, to get the best mileage, you have to use premium fuel, not on the Fusion. 87 octane is all that's required. For more information on the 2017 Ford Fusion, you can view the videos or check online at smailford.com.